I understood your point. I understood your point. I've taken that point for a comment to Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Let's listen to his views.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Navika. Look, no, Mr. Jha is quite right to some extent, and so is Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari. Look, every government accomplishes some degree of development. But the fact is, if infrastructure was one small step for Akhilesh, it is one giant leap for Yogi Adityanath. As far as roads and highways and other supporting infrastructure is concerned, the Yogi government has left its competitors far behind, and I'm including other BJP governments in the list of competitors as well, Navika. The pace is just phenomenal. In fact, the person most pleased should be Akhilesh Yadav, because now that his constituency, Azamgarh, has been connected by a superfast expressway, he'll be able to vastly improve in his dismal parliamentary attendance record of 36%. Now, let me come to the issue at hand, and here I will quote facts and only facts. Number one, only 23% of the land was acquired by the Akhilesh government back in 2016 for this expressway, despite 90% acquirement necessary for doling out tenders. Tenders were given. The whole thing had to be redone. Number two, in the 15 years of Samajwadi Party and BSP governments combined, and I'm not including Congress government because, you know, if you go back to when Congress was last power in UP, half of Indians weren't even born. In the last 15 years of BSP and SP governments, 470 kilometers of expressway were built. In the last 5 years of Yogi government, 650 kilometers of expressway have been built and delivered. And now with the 600 kilometer long Ganga expressway being approved and 35,000 crores sanctioned for it, UP is well on its way to deliver faster economic growth. The 300 kilometer Bundelkhand expressway will augment this growth as well. Within 3 years, UP will have an expressway network spanning 1,720 kilometers. You know, Navika, the expressway network spanning in India right now, it's 1,800 kilometers. This is something to be pleased about and appreciated, cutting across party lines. Look, the fact is, as I said, every government wants to spearhead development and infrastructure. For some, it takes longer, for some, faster. The Mayawati government made the Yamuna Expressway. The Akhilesh government, the Lucknow Expressway. These were excellent achievements for which they were given due credit. So I don't understand why anyone would not want the Yogi government to be given credit for infra development. As they say, the journey of 100 miles begins with a single step, but it has to be completed. Yogi is completing the journey started by others. People should, you know, compliment him.
Well, I want to ask Mr. Khan. Khan sir, actually J for journalist or J for jealousy?
J for jail for journalist.
Thank God he doesn't spell what T stands for. It's not Toti. But Navika, very quickly, 3 points I wanted to make. Number one, the BSP spokesperson saying that there are no toilets and amenities. In fact, there are 16 large amenity centers along the expressway. And if I'm not mistaken, the ETP says that there are in fact more kilometers, 371 kilometers provision for service lanes, more than the entire length of the expressway. So he's factually wrong. Number two,
झूठ बोल रहा है, कोई टॉयलेट नहीं है, सर्वे कर लीजिए, कोई टॉयलेट नहीं है, कोई सर्विस लेन नहीं है, कोई मंडी नहीं है, झूठ बोल रहा है, ऐसे चैनल बैठ के झूठ बोल रहा है, झूठ बोलने का ठेका
I don't take now मैं इनकी उम्र का लिहाज कर रहा हूँ, मैं इनकी उम्र का मैं आपकी उम्र का लिहाज कर रहा हूँ.
चलिए कल पूर्वांचल एक्सप्रेस पे न कोई टॉयलेट है, न कोई मंडी है, न कोई सर्विस लेन है, कुछ नहीं है. ऐसे ही उद्घाटन कर दिया, ऐसे ही महंगाई लूटना शुरू कर दिया. अरे चुनाव महंगाई पर होगा, चुनाव होगा, बलात्कार पर लड़कियों को जो बलात्कार उत्तर प्रदेश में बढ़ रहा है.
Navika, there are some people
खान साहब आनंद रंगनाथन कुछ आपसे कह रहे हैं, सुन तो लीजिए, इल्तिजा कर रहे हैं, सुन तो लीजिए.
फलाना है, ठिकाना है, झूठ का बंदा लेके बैठे हुए हैं. बीजेपी की बैटिंग कर रही है, बीजेपी की बैटिंग होती है, अच्छी लगती है, इतनी सही हो. गलत बैटिंग अच्छी नहीं लगती है. दुनिया देख रही है कैसे आप बैटिंग कर रहे हैं.
आप सुबह सुबह कौन सी किताब पढ़ के आते हैं जो आपको काफिरों से इतनी नफरत है? आप मेरी बात सुनिए, इंटरप्ट मत करिए. मैं ईटी इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स को कोट कर रहा हूं, मैं आपको कोट नहीं कर रहा हूं कि मैं चला गया पूर्वांचल एक्सप्रेसवे पे. आपकी उम्र का लिहाज करता हूं, इसलिए मैं आपसे ज्यादा मैं तुक तराक नहीं करना चाहता. Navika, I want to come back to what Dr. Sumant Raman said and Shubhrajka, and they do have a point. It is collectively, I would say, an embarrassment to be talking about highways, to be talking about things that in other countries people take for granted. In fact, we have taken it to such bizarre levels that in Delhi, my state, we have the chief minister who celebrates inaugurating a swimming pool. and if I'm not mistaken, inaugurating even speed blockers. So, anything that is worth inaugurating and laying a foundation stone for, we have done it. Now, that is embarrassing. And number three, the point I wanted to make that Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari was saying that at least we are talking development, we're not talking communal issues. Let me again talk about facts. The last 5 years, as far as communal incidents are concerned, have been the most peaceful Uttar Pradesh has seen in the last 35 years. I am quoting NCRB data. In 1980s, there used to be 100,000 communal incidents every year. Last year, there were 53,000 communal incidents. In UP, it has seen one of the lowest. I would disagree with BJP when it says there has not been a single communal riot. Of course, there has been in UP. But as far as the number of communal incidents are concerned, it is the least UP has seen in the last 5 years. So no wonder these people, they want such incidents to be talked about and to come up. They don't want to talk about development. They don't want to talk about toilets. They don't want to talk about Jan Dhan. They don't want to talk about water reaching every household. They want to talk about communal issues.
Well, the Mayur Shekhar Jha, I want to ask you. You said